Hi, welcome back to My Planet B. In this video, we are building the roof of our future workshop. We started by removing the temporary roof that gave us a shelter while we were preparing for this part of the project. We then started by placing the end rafter that sits on top of the butt walls and that also serves as an overhang to the roof. So we pre-built all this as one instead of building it in situ. We did the lookouts or overhangs every 400 mil with a freeze block in between, therefore doubling up our rafter and reinforcing the overhang structure. Here's a quick time lapse of us building these end rafters. This is easy to assemble if everything is pre-cut. And here is an overview of it done. We then nail it to the top plate every 150 mil or 6 inches on both sides of the rafter, followed by 200 mil wafer timber screws every 500 mil. Moving on to the rafters. After looking at the span charts, we decided to laminate two 2x6s so we could cover the 3.6 meter span. This is me doing one of them, gluing and clamping them together. And here is a time lapse. Just repeat the process 7 times in our case. And here is one letting the glue cure. I've checked all of them for crown and then marked which side should be up, as we did on the floor. All rafters have 6 toenails to the top plate and then tied down with joist hangers. We added a double layer of freeze blocks in between the rafters as we were building them. Here's an overview of all the rafters and blocks done. We opted for a warm roof, which means insulation sandwiched between 2 layers of OSB above the rafters. I used 100 mil PIR insulation boards. I used copious amounts of adhesive to glue each insulation board to the bottom layer of OSB. As we were racing against the weather, there's not a lot of footage about that. Here's all the insulation done and the seams taped with foil. The top layer of OSB was screwed down through the insulation into the rafters with 200 mil wafer screws. We made sure to offset the seams on all these layers. And here's how the warm roof looks. We then covered all the structure with a damp-proof membrane, so we were ready for the next step, which is to install the profile roofing. I applied a generous bead of roof sealant on the ridge where the metal overlaps. added the foam eaves fillers to the lower end of the roof where the rain gutter will be in the future. For screwing the metal down, we used 32mm self-tapping roofing screws with a rubber washer. On the eaves, we screwed one in every flat bit of the roof. This flat part has two small creases, so screwed into them so the rainwater can still drain. For the rest of the roof, we screwed in every other one and 500mm apart. This might seem a bit of an overkill, but we do live in a windy area and this is an extra safety step in my opinion. When screwing in, we made sure that we didn't over tight to the point of the rubber washer being squished out. This is because we cover the screws with color matching plastic caps, and if the rubber washer is squishing out of the bottom, the plastic cap won't fit tight. After all the 32mm screws were done, we've used 22mm screws on all the ridges where the metal overlaps. This is all the screws done. We are now ready for the trimming around the edges. We had to cut some of the trimming to the right length. After that, the process was roughly the same. Sealant on the ridges and 22mm screws holding it all together. Added the part of the foam filler to the eaves on top of an enormous amount of adhesive, which will seat underneath the trimming. Please keep in mind that this is not a how-to video, this is how we've done it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Hit the like button if this was of any use to you and also to help with the YouTube algorithm. And consider subscribing to follow our journey. And that's the roof all done. Until next time, thanks for watching.